Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you daily tarot reading for Thursday the 19th of August 2021. And today I am using the Wildwood Tarot. The Wildwood Tarot doesn't follow a standard tarot system. It's a system on its own. It's a very, I like to call it a very grounding deck, a very earth-centered deck, it leans very much on shamanic kind of principles. So I'm really excited to see what kind of energy it's going to bring us today. So let's turn the cards over and see. Oh my gosh, if I could pick the cards up, I can't. Oh wow. All right, so the first card we have is a Major Arcana card 15, and it is the card of the Guardian. So if we have a look at this card, all right, so we have got this, I'm going to call it skeletal being, standing at what looks to be the entrance to a cave. You can see that there is a pathway, okay, and we have to ask ourselves, is he standing there to scare us off, or is he standing there to prepare us for what may come? We have to understand that we have come to this entrance, we have come to this point, so we have voluntarily chosen to get to this place where at the entrance of this cave, and we obviously have a desire to go beyond. We obviously have a desire to enter the cave, to see whether it is through curiosity, whether it is through a need or a desire of some kind, but we have voluntarily come to this point. We have come here and we are now wanting to go further, but we now have to face something. And I have to be completely honest with you, I don't like the look of the skeletal being. So immediately fear comes into play, immediately doubt comes into play, and we've got to ask ourselves, as I said, is he there to scare us off and to chase us away, or is he there to be completely honest with us, completely frank with us, and say, are you prepared to face the things that you might not be able to see? Because you can see that the further we go into that cave, the darker it gets. But we have to make decisions, and you have to understand that the decisions you make in life, you are accountable for them. You are responsible for your own actions and for your own decisions. So understand with this particular card that there is a potential warning that you are about to step into an unknown. You are about to go further in on your journey, and you don't always know what's lying ahead. So are you prepared to face the consequences of decisions that you have made? Now, we've had very interesting energies this week, I have to be honest with you. It certainly seems to be very interesting, and the Guardian is basically saying to you, just be mindful, be very cautious, and be very aware of where you place your next step. Because if you step on something that hurts you, or that you don't like, or that you're not prepared for, you are responsible for that. So just be aware of the actions and the steps that you take, because there might not be a way of returning and coming back. So that's the Guardian energy. Let's see the next card that we have today. All right. Yeah, you see, the story is unfolding and making a lot of sense. We've got the Two of Arrows. In traditional tarot, that would be the Two of Swords. And it is the card of injustice. But now, immediately, I see she's sitting on a rock. So she has got herself elevated. She has got herself higher than everybody else. But she's blindfolded, okay? We have got the scales of justice at the top. It looks like we've got a whole lot of stones or coins. And we've got a feather. One light feather and a whole bunch of coins. But yet we're trying to find the balance. How do you find balance with two such different entities or things? The other thing that I notice is she's got her foot on a bow here, okay? She's holding the arrows and she's got her foot on a bow, which means that she has the ability to defend herself. She has the ability to stand up for herself in whatever needs, but she's blindfolded, okay? And also I look at the way that she's holding these two swords, and with her hands over her heart center, it's almost like she is defensive and she is not ready to face the challenges and the situations that may be coming up. So she's hoping, looking at the scales across the top here, she's hoping that everything's going to be okay. She's hoping that there's going to be balance. But the truth of the matter is, she is being blind. She is not ready, or not able, or not willing to actually honestly take a long hard look at her circumstances, at what she's about to enter into, and she's just hoping and trusting that everything's going to be okay. And friends, in all honesty, with the week that we've had with our readings this week, I think this is telling us, let's not take any chances. Okay, let's not take any chances. Let's actually stop for a minute. Let's evaluate our current situation. Let's look at where the injustice is coming in. Let's look at what we're putting in and what we're hoping to get out. Let's look at our situation and let's be mindful of where we go to next. So today is not a day to rush into things. Today is a day to be mindful, to be considerate, to be careful, and to just be very much aware of the consequences of your potential actions. Okay, because these consequences are not going to be simple. They're not going to be easy to overcome. These consequences are actually going to be quite dire. So make sure that whatever it is that you're entering into, whatever it is you're doing, make sure that it is fair. I am also going to say, if anybody is signing any contracts today, if anybody is looking at making any kind of legal contract, agreement, or arrangement today, just make sure that you know exactly what you're signing, because these two are basically saying to going into a situation blindly is not going to bode well for you at all. Let's have a look and see the third card, because it may actually change the message quite substantially. The third card we have, okay, is the Nine of Bows. All right, so here we have a character who is clearly in nature, clearly out in the wilderness. You can see that he has adapted and adjusted to his environment, to his surroundings. He also has a bow and arrow, but unlike our lady here, he is holding it in the right manner. There's the arrow over there, and there's his bow. He is ready to shoot at a moment's notice. It's going to take her a while to fumble before she figures herself out. The key word that we have here with this Nine of Bows is respect. And it's about respect for your environment, and respect for what you're doing, how you're doing it, who you're doing it with, etc. So he's very comfortable within his environment. He knows what he's capable of. He knows what he's not. He also, how does he know all of this? Because he's been there for some time. So he's being completely honest with himself with regards to his environment, his surroundings, who he is, what he is, why he is. Here, she's oblivious, okay? She's like, I'm not looking at it, I'm not facing it, I'm not talking about it, okay? Whereas he's being completely real, completely honest with himself. And friends, I think when I look at these three cards laid out here for you today, for today, the 19th of August, 2021, before you enter into anything, make sure that you're being honest and truthful with yourself, with what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you're doing. Acknowledge that you have been on a tough journey. It has been a difficult road. It hasn't always been easy. You have developed lots of scratches and bruises and whatever along the way. But it's about learning from your past mistakes, learning from your past situations, learning from the things that have happened before, and let's not make the same mistakes again today. So be mindful, be respectful, look at how things have happened previously, and let that be your guide before you enter into anything today. All right, you got it. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. Until we connect again, take care.